Okay, everybody. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new live stream, and hopefully to a better quality, a better sound, and overall better. Now, I would suggest if you might have the little settings icon, just double check which is your playback quality and adjust it up if need be. Please let me know if everything looks okay. So far, I don't see any chat. So please, if you're live watching me, send me a message and let me know that the live stream is coming across okay. If you could, please. I was hoping for more quicker live, if that makes sense. Yeah, so the one thing that's important with this camera is it has hand gestures. And if I do certain hand gestures, it does different things, the camera. So I'm a little bit concerned that I'm going to start waving my hands around and the camera is going to jump around everywhere. So yeah, we do have a few people live here already. Again, this was unscheduled, so I'm very sorry. Again, unscheduled. It is a bit of a normal thing for me. I'm just going to do this a little bit. And I think, is that moving up and down? Let's do that. There we go. That should be better. Now, I do can do this. Check this out. Is that working for you guys? Again, I'm just sort of testing this. I probably should have done it offline or done it with somebody that could just watch the live stream and confirm that it is working okay. I do see a few people in the chat as well. Jay Tulip, who's one of the channel moderators. You can see the cog or the spanner next to her name. So thanks for joining in the live stream. She's also one of the channel members as well. So thank you, Jay. Congratulations on the new camera. Yes, thank you. There is, the problem is the playback that I see is obviously the screen that I'm streaming through. So it's obviously a little bit hard to see what the quality looks like, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think, yeah, there was no sound and no audio. Yeah, I was actually chatting into the live stream before I pressed go live. So that's probably why. Looks okay now. Thank you, me. You and me. Brett B, hello. Thank you. I think that's claps. Love from Russia, Russell. That's always hard to say. Love from Russia, Russell. So like a bit of a tongue twister. That shot of the kitchen was nice and sharp. It looks great. Thank you. Yeah, if I do, where is it over here now? This is not ideal. Yeah, it basically adjusts and then it sharpens. Then if I do this, it jumps back again. And if I do this, okay, and then if I go like this, can you see now? Now, obviously, the microphone isn't following me, but if I can do this, and then I think, is it number 3? Yes, this is the one I want. And then it comes back to me like that. And if I just do this, it switches off and it locks the camera back where we were. So honestly, I can't tell the difference. What? I'm going to have to watch my own live stream afterwards with my own phone to see the difference. I do believe I've got every setting correct. I do believe I have. I would need to the problem is I'm using a different software to put the comments on the screen versus using the YouTube direct live stream, if that makes sense. So I'm curious if there's a a tiny loss of quality by doing it through a third-party application, if that makes sense. If I do the third-party application, a different application to this one, I can't put like the howdy there for Mark. Irina, I can't put the comment up. So yeah, this is super. Yes, it is. Jakob in St. Petersburg. Now, I was in St. Petersburg yesterday, but I was there for, realistically, I was there for 19 hours. I literally flew at 9:30 at night, and then I flew back at 9:30 last night, and with a bit of a delay. It was insanely quick. Luckily, I live very close to Vnukovo Airport, so I was able to basically, it's 15 minutes to the airport, and I'm on through the airport, you know, so I didn't have any baggage. I literally took a backpack with me. I am going to have a video coming out shortly about what I did while I was there, so that should be interesting. It's probably going to be about 2 days away because I need to film a couple of things here to make it kind of link together. So howdy everyone watching from Nottingham. I feel like I'm saying Nottingham wrong. It's Nottingham. Firefly Robot. The reason I've gone live a little bit early as well is because the England-USA World Cup football match is on at 10 p.m. Our time here in Moscow. It's currently 7 p.m. So fancy camera. Yes, Mark, it is very fancy. It's very tiny too. It's the picture of the box. I mean, if I go like that with my fingers, actually, it's not even an inch and a half in size. It's very heavy because it's basically a weighted gimbal. So I don't have it on the tracking mode now. So hello from Kilkenny. Oh, is that in Ireland? David, hello. Oh, lots of international people watching. Yeah, let me know in the comments where you're from, just by typing the place. That's kind of the easiest thing. I see Russian Lay's chips in the back. Yes. Actually, my wife must have bought them yesterday. Actually, there's also KFC here as well. And I bought some oranges. These weren't intentionally in the background. So they are here, but it was kind of not intentional. But yes, there is Lay's chips in the background. There is actually healthy food too. You can almost get a kitchen tour here. My wife put some tomatoes and cucumbers for kind of a snack. Greetings from London. Yes, Jay's in London. I'm in Moscow on Monday. Yako, we should try to meet up if we can, if you want to. Just message me via Telegram, and you're welcome for me to come and meet you wherever you are or whatever you're doing, if you want. Okay, there's no pressure. Hello from Samara. Car channel. What? You got a car channel? You need to look up Matt's Beamer. He's another viewer of the channel as well. So why don't you move to us? I guess us or US. I've got a work visa to work there, but I don't have a residency visa to live there. So in St. Pete, did you go to Senyana Square? Plotched or Senyana Square? Plotched, Senyana. I honestly, truly, I got to the airport at midnight. I met in the lobby at 9 a.m. There was a minibus waiting for us. We went to one location, literally. We were there for about an hour or two, an hour and a half. We got in the minibus and went to a second location, which we were there for a few hours. And then we went to a restaurant for kind of a late lunch dinner. And we went from the restaurant to the airport. And that was it. So I probably saw things out the window. I know one of the guys sitting with us was pointing out some things. So yes, it's very nice. I kind of commented on how it looks like Venice. It's not really Venice, but just with the canals and the river running right sort of through the middle of the city. It's quite more obvious in St. Petersburg than it is in Moscow that there's a river there, you know. Yeah, you have a lot of fridge max. I also had that many, but removed them all one day in a feng shui attack. Now I prefer my fridge to look as minimalist as possible. Yeah, in Australia was my parents, before I moved out and lived alone and with my wife and so on. Excuse me. Yeah, my parents have got that minimalist. They put all their magnets on one side, not on the front. So, hello from Melbourne. Wow, Vinny, hello. How's it going? Good to see lots of usual subscribers to the channel here. Real Moscow Projects. I'll see you. Oh, you see what happened when I put my hand up now? It activated again. I'm going to have to figure out to not do that. I'm switching it off. I'm not waving. There we go. Let's get it back again. So yeah, this is going to be a little bit of just a chat and a check out the camera kind of thing. And I'm super curious about the playback of it. If anyone has a cog where they can change the resolution of the playback, if you can slide it up to 1080p and see if it's working in 1080p. I tend to watch my videos all in 720p, but you can do that. Nice to see you. With best wishes to all people from Ekaterinburg. Yes. Russell, can you feel the difference between Coca-Cola and Chernogolovka? It's down there on the floor. I bought Chernogolovka Baikal today. I had to go and get some meat to cook for dinner tomorrow, or cook tomorrow. And I got one of the Baikals. And actually, I do have, it's right here. At the Rinok, where I was buying my meat from, one of the other little Rinok stands or stalls, the lady had some original, real Coca-Cola. This must be one of the old bottles, I guess. I didn't look at the date on it. So I've got that to enjoy. And yeah, KFC, I only got kind of the chicken strips. Is KFC still in Russia? Yes, it is. It's still very much open. And the one where I live, the guy has specifically told me they're not closing. There is a buyout in place or a ownership swapping going on at the moment, but it's still going to take time. Hello from Hawaii. Me. Oh, you're in Hawaii, me. Okay. Hello from Moscow. Oh, Hawaii. I love Hawaii. I love the time that I spent there. I was on cruise ships there that were doing 7-day cruises and 10-day cruises. And we basically just went island hopping, as they say. Winnie's in the USA. Aloha, yes. Aloha and mahalo. And then mahalo nui loa. I think that's the one that you say. Oh, Roy, hello. How's it going? The camera's set up. I just have to be careful with my hands because it's got gesture controls. I'm pretty sure I can deactivate them, but I do hope. Now, the problem is I really like to use this program so I can put the comments on the screen, but I'm hoping it's not reducing the quality of the playback. I'm hoping it's not. Burger King as well, sources from, I'm from Russia. Yes. Yeah, basically all Burger Kings are open, all KFCs are open. I would say every Kuzna Itochka is open, which is the original McDonald's. Yeah, there's definitely none closed that I know of or have seen at all. Yeah, it was sold to Russian owners, right. Then I think there is a talk that they're going to change some of them to the Rostik. Is it Rostik? Is the brand that they want to change the name to? So I'm curious how quickly that may happen. Because when I was in St. Petersburg yesterday, we were talking about this with some of the brand changeovers and how there seems to be no limitation on how long it. I stayed in a Marriott hotel, and Marriott's no longer in Russia, but the hotel was Courtyard by Marriott, and the Marriott sign was everywhere. I asked for a pen, like the Marriott pens, and she said, "Oh, because of the management changeover, we don't have the pens anymore." But Marriott's everywhere else except on the pen. 9 o'clock in the morning in America. Yes, nice camera. I do hope it's better. I'm relying on everyone who's watching to tell me that it's better, to know it's better, if that makes sense. This really is down to everybody who has sent donation alerts. I do have the little box open for donation alerts. So if anything happens with donation alerts, I will see it instantly. Of course, super chats work, super thanks, but it really is down to that. My wife did contribute somewhat as well, and there was a couple of people who sent PayPal donations, who, again, I appreciate whoever did those. It really is appreciative. The donation alerts thing, I'll just mention it again. It's primarily set up for people who are in Russia. So there is the bank option, the Sberbank. You know, I get that wrong. Sberbank. So that's there. But this donation alert seems to be more working for what it's meant to work for, if that makes sense. Mahalo. Yes. Hello from Hong Kong. My wife calls it Guangkong. I think the Russian way that you say Hong Kong is Guangkong. It's not funny, but it's just the way she says it. This is FBI. I thought they might make them change the name. I'm not sure there. I want to buy a special magnet desk for magnets. Yeah, you can get those metal plates, if that makes sense. I don't know what you're asking. Special magnet desk for magnets. Oh, to take them off the fridge, I guess. SBP online. Can you film a typical car dealership in Russia? Thanks from Canada. Yes, I've talked about it. I've got a couple of things I need to do in the next 3 days or 4 days till I can. What I filmed yesterday, I need to get on the channel as videos. It'll be kind of an interesting video, by the way. I did kind of hint in a couple of the community feed polls what I might be doing in the videos, and I think that's all. I think in the hinting of it. So, or 1080p is working. Thank you. Actually, the program that I'm using now to stream with, that lets me put the comments up, it's called StreamYard. So you'll see that in the corner there. So that only disappears if I pay for the full subscription to that program. And the 1080p doesn't stream unless you pay for that full program. So it's given me a 7-day free trial instantly when I clicked it about 5 minutes ago. So I'm just going to look into what the price is to do the monthly, because I like using this program, and just for the fact that the live streams kind of work successfully, it's just easier. So yes, is Ilusha. Oh, Losha. I think you've got to say Losha, right? We have a friend called Losha, but I never read how he spelled his name. Hello, everyone from Russia. Sergey, yes. Здравствуйте. When the camera starts chasing you around, Mark, yes. So if I do this again, I just want to do it one more time. It gives me an indication that it's working. Now, I'm not going to have the microphone here, so if I get up and I can walk all the way over here, and then yes, I hope it's kind of interesting. Let me switch that off so that it locks the camera. I think it's that one. Yes. And I've got that one. You can actually lock camera positions. My wife said I've got to keep the kitchen tidier now because this camera can move around if I want to. Do you like Baikal? I like the Baikal cola drink. Yes, I do, very much so. It's something that I just let me press refresh. Yes, okay. Sorry. Yes, I definitely like Baikal. Lake Baikal, I don't know about. The guy that when we went to the airport, there was 3 of us going to the airport together, and the other guy I was with was flying to Moscow, but to Sheremetyevo, and the third guy was flying to Komarova. Now, if anyone can get the right Komarova, if that's the right place, if anyone knows that place. When his lips reads and you're in a pool and get really worried. Okay. Too smart camera. Yes, it's very cool. Very, very cool. There is still Coca-Cola imports both from Belarus and Kazakhstan. Yeah, there's definitely the real colas. At the restaurant where we had dinner yesterday, the guy bought a glass bottle Coca-Cola, and the people I was with were very curious, and they specifically looked that it was actually existing stock. A lot of the restaurants have glass bottle Pepsi or Cokes if you get a drink. And obviously, it's not a very popular thing to buy in the restaurant that I went to specifically. So yeah, he pulled out one of the old ones, kind of dusted it off. And there was 8 of us having dinner, and they're all having a bit of a laugh about it. I've been living in Moscow, in Russia for pretty much about 9 years all up. So Oh, you're eating lunch in KFC. How cool. Well, how ironic is that you're having KFC and I'm having KFC. Well, not really Rustic's KFC. Yeah, I think they've announced it yesterday or the day before that changeover is happening. It was, well, I was on the Norwegian Star, which did man, that's going back a lot of years, when that did the island cruises, and then Pride of Aloha came as well. And I was actually on the Norwegian Sky when it changed to Pride of Aloha. I actually did the changeover in the dry dock in San Francisco. And then I took a cruise on Pride of America. The company paid for a cruise for me to take a cruise on there as a holiday. I'd finished my contract in Hawaii. And then actually I was on Norwegian Wind, which was also in Hawaii. And I shut down that ship before it actually went over to Asia and went over to Superstar Aquarius, I think it became. Russell will do videos of more beautiful metro stations in Moscow. Yeah, they don't really love you filming in the metro stations. It's not officially allowed because it's kind of a official building. I don't know what they call this, certain wording about it. You have to look like a bit of a tourist when you're doing it. Streaming in 1080p only on my end. It's available in 1080p only on my end. Right, so I know I've got it set right. I'm certain I've got it set right. I hope I've got it set right. I feel bad if it's not set right. Oh my gosh, that's jumping around like crazy now. 11 in the morning on the east coast of the US. So yeah, the 10 p.m., 7:30. So 2.5 hours is the America-England soccer match. It's a football match. I've not watched any of the others today. That was the only one I wanted to watch. So picture looks, sharpness maybe. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Now, when I was looking at the still frames of it, the background here should look more blurry. Actually, my hand should look more blurry, and then my face. What I think is bothering me is the fact that the walls are yellow and green, and there's maybe a light effect on it. I'm not sure. So now somebody sent a donation alert. Hello, I'm from Perm. Nice to meet you. Yes, hello. Здравствуйте from Perm. You say Perm. Perm. I always exactly how you say it. I'm never so good at that. So yeah, thank you. Picture looks sharp a bit. I agree. Lacks sharpness. That's strange. Well, I hope what you're all saying is not true. It's really just down to, do I have the right setting? If that makes sense. Because the problem with having multiple screens, Metro Station Moscow, definitely worth filming. Lots of them look like open-air museums. Yeah, a lot of the ones in the center of Moscow, absolutely. Yeah, the more modern ones, you can kind of take them as art installations in a way because they're modernist. But some of the old ones can look a little bit different, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like I don't want to close this because I don't want to lose the camera. Close all windows. Now, is it still working? Yes. Yeah, that's still working. So that's all good. So yeah, thank you from Perm for the donation alerts. Yeah, so I know they're all set up and I know they're all working. Essentially, any donations that come towards the camera, towards the channel, will be for any equipment for the channel. So where I get another camera, the plan is maybe to either get a new phone or a new camera that I can use for purely for filming, because I do everything on my phone at the moment, and it can be sort of awkward, if that makes sense, to use my phone and use it. And then my wife calls me while I'm filming, and it sort of spoils what you're doing in the middle of it sometimes. They need to change KFC to CFC and have an old-fashioned Cossack holding up a bucket of chicken. I don't think it'll come to that point. I think there'll be very minimal differences. I mean, will they change the logo? I don't know. I'll leave it KFC, but misspelled. I think don't they have CFC? Isn't it Crimea fried chicken in Crimea? I think that's the case. I'm not sure, but I'm going to spin that around. I don't think that just makes my face brighter, and I don't want that really. I normally don't have this other light on. Hello, I'm from Russia. Hello, how's it going? Yeah, Cossack fried chicken. Love your suggestion. Do you speak Russian? I don't speak Russian in conversation. I can say a few words, but that's about all. So, yes. Moscow Metro has doubled over the past 10 years. Yeah, they do opening the Grand, is it the Big Circle line? They're opening more of the stations soon. Do you want to visit such a beautiful Russian city of Penza? I don't know where Penza is. Kitchen paint is very bright, a cross between dark yellow and orange, Janice. Yes. I wonder if that's affecting the lighting or not. I guess I didn't fully tracking whiteboard. I've got all of those set right. So I believe I've got everything set correct. I believe. Sorry, I'm just sort of now distracted now looking. People are saying it's not sharp. Yeah, the AI technology, that's what it is exactly, Semper, yes. What city are you in now? I'm in a Perelivka in the southwest of Moscow. It's about 40 kilometers from Red Square, I guess, or the center of Moscow. Yeah, literally, I was in St. Petersburg for less than, well, it was 24 hours to the minute from airport to airport, landing, takeoff. But hello from Germany. Hello, Helen. Maximum resolution 4K, and I'm missing the 4K. Oh, 1080p. So have I got one of the settings wrong? That's what I'm worried about. That's the autofocus. So that's on. My gosh, there's too many features that it's kind of now troubling me that it's not set right. And that bothers me now. So you're going to have to bear with me until the next stream to get it even better. I think there must be blocking functions for the moment. I think if I do this. No, I'm back now. There you go. I'm back a minute. So I'm just going to try something for 1 second. So yeah, I can't change that. So I don't know. Hello. Positive progress. Oh, we won't answer that one. You look like a tourist. Thanks. I guess maybe I am a long-term tourist. When I was a young teacher, I created a Soviet Union curriculum for students. The very next year, I had to redo it to make a Russian and former Soviet Union curriculum. Yeah, right. When all of the CIS countries were formed. You think it's blurry and the quality's not better? Now I feel bad. You know what? I didn't peel that thing off. That's actually how hard that is to see. which is the little cover on the lens. So I wonder if that's got better. I'm really sorry, everybody. I feel bad now that I've not done enough practicing and playing with it. Excellent connection quality. Stream settings, excellent. How did you meet your wife? I was working there when you were in Pier 80 in San Francisco. The cruise ship's waitresses had sailors. The cruise ship waitress had sailors' potty mouth. Yeah, I guess the American, like the Pride of America, actually had predominantly American employees on board because of the US flag. So at the time when I was on Norwegian Sky, when it was changing over to Pride of Aloha, it didn't. It had mostly international crew, and I was kind of the last crew with all the others that were on there before they were getting off and changing over. Yeah, I met my wife in Thailand when we were both on separate holidays quite a few years ago. Well, 10 years ago it was now. Hello from Voronezh. Oh, we have another donation alert. You also have an echo. Maybe you're using a mic from the camera, or there's an, oh my gosh, don't tell me. The audio. Please don't tell me it's not on the right audio. Come on. Okay, how is the sound now? Please tell me, how does the sound differ right now? As in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. After I've said those numbers, you're using the mic from the camera, or is it a problem by living in an apartment? It is empty in here. There is a small rug, but it is echoey in here because there's no window curtains for our windows here. So 1080 5x5 in the Pacific. Thank Gary. Hello in Tahiti. Blogging Trucker, how's it going? Yeah, I didn't take the plastic off the camera, and I just realized that the camera needs a USB socket and the microphone needs a USB socket and my mouse needs a USB socket. So now I need to go and get I guess a USB hub to plug, because I realized I plugged the camera in the microphone slot and I didn't slot. It was better before. The sound is good now, all sorted. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. I just switched mices yesterday. I took my laptop with me and I'm back to my old mouse, which I like a lot better than my previous mouse. Blogging Trucker. What about Russian car sharing services? Did you think about such a video? Because I use my phone for the car sharing for Belka Car, it would be impossible to film with my own camera doing that. So if I do plan to get a new phone, so again, thanks for donation alerts, thanks for super chats, thanks for PayPals. Buy me a coffee. I've got too many things set up, but everybody's asked for me to do that. So if I could definitely do multiple things if I didn't have to film on my phone to do that. So Ufa in touch. Hi, Russell. Yes, my wife's from Ufa. Picture is fine. Thank you, Mark. Hello from Siberia. Anna, hello. Greetings from Tahiti, or Von Tahiti. Is that like the Tahitian? Gary, how's it going? Good to see you in a live stream. Again, I'm worried when I do my hand gestures. You see how when I wave to you, now it's picking up the camera. So I'm going to do that again to switch it off. I feel bad that the audio is not right. It's correct, though. I've got all the settings correct. Greetings, brother. Yes, TCSLV, hello. Anna, you should try to do a video with Russell. Yes, if someone wants to do collaborations in some kind, how am I going to stay in Russia? At the moment, oh, let's get that other camera back. I want to get number 3 back because I like it better. I got that set up so it's exactly locking my head and body here. You need to play with the settings. Yes, definitely. I just feel like when I'm watching the playback through the studio, it looks not as good. I'm just curious if that's sort of how it is. Yeah, I say open air museums. Yeah, it's kind of like a natural museum that's like a working location that you can walk through. I totally understand what you're saying. Aniki, Russ. I wonder what does this button do? Thanks for the good vibes on the screen. Yes, I needed to do a live stream to test the camera to make sure I've got the right settings. So it's a little bit of a kind of a double live stream. Tahiti time 6:32. Is that AM? I guess that's AM. Are you in the morning there, Gary? Hope Springs. Thanks, Anna. You're cordially invited to New York as well. I guess we're all invited. Anna Mariana Rusland, please can you plan a collab? Yeah, I'm not sure where Mariana lives. I think she must live obviously somewhere in Moscow. Because some of the videos that I've watched, she's filmed in places that I know. So I live too far from all the bloggers. Yes. Yeah, there's quite a few that are in Moscow, then in St. Petersburg. We've set up a Telegram group, which has got 33 people in it now. And we basically chat and we meet up and things like that. So, world of difference in quality, Brett. Thanks. I hope it's better. Much sharper now. Yeah, just double check everybody's cog and that it's got the setting that you're not doing it in auto. Sometimes in auto, it might choose the lower resolution. It's so much. Whatever you peeled off is hilarious. Yes, that's the plastic when you buy something new. I didn't peel everything off. I was so excited when I got it out the box. Literally, the item was factory sealed, brand new. So I didn't peel off the lens cover. Yes. Back in Texas. Yeah, something tells me you can only change the settings before the stream, not on the stream. Super Sly, I think that's correct. And I think you're right about that. Because on the StreamYard that I'm streaming through, I've done that. And then now on the once you start the stream in the StreamYard, you can't change. I agree. You can't click that setting to change the resolution, because basically the Insta360 app, you've got to lock the screen before you let the next program use that screen. Maradona, Argentina. Have you trying OBS Studio? It's the most popular streaming program before you're using StreamYard, and it has a watermark on it. Yeah, I can pay for the full version of StreamYard, which gives me no watermark. I haven't had to do that before now because I wasn't streaming enough to basically unlock the extra features. But I think now with me doing more streams more often and with a better camera, it definitely might be worth looking into. I've got OBS Studio because I was trying to stream me playing a video game. I never put it on a channel, but I can use OBS with what I've got set up here, but I don't know what function. There isn't a way to put the comments on the screen. This is to Maradona, by the way. Maradona. I feel like I'm talking to Maradona. So I'm falling off my chair laughing. It was that the piece of plastic. Yes. Have you ever encountered any dangerous animals or insects? While in Australia, as far as I know, Australia, some of them dangerous. Yes, I get asked this question every day, literally. Yesterday, I got asked it a lot because I met a lot of new people. We've had interactions with spiders, no snakes where I was living, but spiders. We've had them in the house. We've had them in the bedroom. You tend to get them when you go in the shed or the garage, where there's obviously a lot of places for them to hide. I've never been bitten by one, thankfully. At the beach, you tend to get a lot of jellyfish, which I really don't like. Yeah, mostly spiders. Snakes, pretty much where I live, is non-existent, where I was living. So yeah, better. Thank you. In Tahiti, 1080p. Yeah, I'm just curious. I'm 100% sure. It says excellent, excellent, excellent. I just like the fact that I can put the comments on the screen, and if I didn't want to have to do that, then I would use another software and not do that. I guess your face is much sharper now after you remove the plastic. Is it down? It might be down to the lighting. Are the insects very different in Russia? The only insects I get here now, obviously winter, in summertime, is a little bit of flies. And when we open our windows here, the balcony windows here don't have the fly screens like we would have in Australia in every house. So you literally just open the window wide and then in come the flies. It's like, welcome to Russell and Shenya's house. But there's a lot more flies in Australia, especially if you go to the regional areas and out of the cities at summertime. They just bother me that they just fly right in the window here. Sound has changed. Sound is good. So everyone's giving me goods, and so I guess I'm all good. I've decided to retire from working on cruise ships. I guess I'm on a sabbatical. Is that the right word? I'm taking a gap year. I guess that's the right thing to say for now. Whenever this channel is successful, and it's getting more successful and gaining more subscribers, more views, more opportunities to film different things, then it's kind of slowly less likely to go back to the ships, if that makes sense. Hello from the Gold Coast. Igor, how's it going? Zdravstvuyte. If you're in Zdravstvuyte, Igor, I'm not sure. How is it up that way? I've never been to the Gold Coast. I've been to Queensland a few times, mostly to Brisbane. But what happened? Am I right behind? I guess here's Aussie here from the Central Coast. Oh, New South Wales. Yes, I'm originally from Perth, Australia. My parents live. When we were there with my wife, we were living right by the beach in Rockingham, which is one of the suburbs of Perth. I was showing some friends, my friends that I met yesterday, new friends, how close I live to the beach, and they were kind of shocked. Hello from Kazan. Now, just to talk about Kazan for a minute, yesterday when I went to the airport and went to fly back to Moscow, it's only an hour and a bit to get back. Someone sent me a meme of a cat in a supermarket with a name badge on. They'd given the cat like a little string with a name badge on, and there was a meme that was going around yesterday of another cat in another supermarket. And I sent this one to the guy that I was visiting yesterday, and he replied. I'm like, he was on an 8-hour flight from St. Petersburg to Komarova, I think it's called. And I'm like, how is he replying? Has he got free internet on the plane? And the plane had to do an emergency landing and divert to Kazan. It was about an hour or two into the flight. And somebody basically was, it wasn't the plane that was a problem. It was a passenger on the plane who had become incredibly ill. And the captain had decided to divert the plane to get them to bring the ambulances to the plane to help that passenger. And he was basically still on the plane. They kept all the passengers on board. They brought that person off. So yeah, and he was in Kazan, and I was like, what are you doing sending messages? So yeah, a bit of drama for him getting to his next place he was flying to. Hello from Oregon. Hello. David, hello. David Slattery, the sound is good. From Krasnodarsky Karai. Sorry if I got that wrong. No camera can capture your beauty. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I guess I need 8K, if that makes sense. I think my wife watches me in 2K, so it's very blurry, so she sees me better. Hello from Dubai. Oh, Von der Miel. Hello from Dubai. How's it going? Yeah, wow. Yeah, 11 time zones. Yeah. Yeah. Hello from Norway. The nurse guy. North guy. Sorry. Norway. My gosh, that's me reading and not looking. When am I planning to meet Sam in Vladimir? He's getting a banya ready for you. I've not chatted to Sam in a few days. We kind of chat lots, and then we go 2 or 3 days. We don't send a message to each other. Then we chat lots again. Yeah, another YouTuber who's got a channel called Sam's Russian Adventure invited me to Vladimir. Yes, I will go. Again, Maradona, thank you for the donation alerts. It's very nice of you. You can put chat on the screen by using OBS. Any tutorials on YouTube how you can do that. Such a universal program. By the way, chat on screen has a big delay. Yes, because I'm too interested in reading the chats as they come in rather than skipping a lot of them. And I should be very mean to everybody. Sorry, I'm not though. And read only super chats and donation alerts as my only response to people. But I'm not like that. You guys know that. What's the best cheese for making grilled cheese sandwiches? Me, I don't really eat a lot of cheese, so I couldn't even quote the brands of cheeses or which ones that we've got in the fridge. My wife eats a lot of cheese, and we've got lots of little packets of them. Oklahoma, Tim, how's it going? Watermark is in the upper corner of the screen. I don't even notice it. Yeah, so Winnie, by paying for the full version of this, it also lets me stream forever or indefinitely, if that makes sense. Otherwise, with the free version, you've only got so many hours per calendar month. And I'm pretty much at that limit to have to do another live stream. Sent you your vlog stats and statistics to WhatsApp. Thank you, Gary. I will look at that after, or unless you've sent it to me right now. I'll have a look at that afterwards, Gary. Thank you. If you want to send anything, that would be very nice, and I can have a look. Are we planning to stay in the home where we live now? My wife wants a bigger apartment with another room, so I can not be in the kitchen. So I can actually have like a separate kind of streaming room, if that makes sense, or at least a room that I can set up a little home office and not be in the kitchen so much. Have I seen Tom from Texas? He also lives in Moscow and makes videos similar to yours. No, I don't know of him, but he likes making shorts. No, I don't know Tom from Texas. The beaches have infected with crocs. Please don't go. People can't go on the beautiful beaches in the Northern Territory. Absolutely not. Yes. I've never been up there, but I know what you're talking about. Much more enjoyable, usually, I thought. Video quality isn't a big deal to a point, but now it's just a bit better to watch. Thank you, Rovan. I think it's better. I just worry that it's not, and I've rushed to do the live stream and not looked into the quality. Do you think you'll put up a Christmas tree and lights, and could you do a video of it? Yes. Or Scott, my wife talked about it today, about we should be putting the tree up at some point. Have I tried kangaroo meat? Yes. I've learned that it's produced in Australia from wild kangaroos. It's exported to over 80, 60 countries overseas. Yeah, you could buy it in the local supermarkets in Australia, Coles and Woolies. You can get it from the butchers. Typically, if you go to a butcher, you can either get the pet meat, kangaroo pet meat that a lot of people use for their pets. And then you can ask for the normal kangaroo meat. And then at the supermarkets, obviously, there's kangaroo sausages, kangaroo burgers, patties, and burger steaks. Yeah, I don't mind it. My wife doesn't like it, just the fact she knows it's a kangaroo. So I had to give Lara a Pepsi last week. There was no Coke available. I hope he understood, or he got it, or you probably mentioned me, I'm sure. He did send me a voice message the other day. I guess he might not have followed up that he kind of got the thing about that. Maradona, thank you again. For future live streams, try to make Christmas atmosphere by putting lights on your yellow wall. Such Christmas things on this, and put some Christmas things on the sofa. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Thank you. Thank you for the donation alert donations. Thank you very much. Yeah, the next, I definitely think, do you guys think, what did I put the poll here? Maybe I'll just close this poll. Well, 14% is not better. I guess you maybe voted too early. So let's do the other poll. I'm going to say donations in the question, because this is basically how it's going. Should I get a new phone for filming or a camera? I'm sure everyone's going to say phone, because basically I can get either the Samsung S22 Ultra, or I can get the Huawei P50 Pro, which are the two kind of with the best quality cameras. Camera, like a GoPro, or smartphone, like a S22 Ultra, GoPro. There we go. I'll do a different poll. I guess, yeah, does anybody really use cameras for filming? Hello from Seattle. El Fuego, that film on lens did it. Picture looks much sharper. My parents have never been to Russia. No. I keep asking my mom about it. Flight to Komarova. Yeah, all day yesterday, the friend that flew there was looking at how cold it's going to be in the next 4 or 5 days. It was like -15, -20 there. So he was more dreading the cold weather. Vlodorosko, hello. How's it going? Potter, hello. Hi to, I can't read your name. I'm sorry. Seen my comments, bro. I understand your flight. You fight your life there before it really happened. Please all just do what you, as long as you're safe. I think, Grim, I get your message of your message. Komarovers, he might be flying somewhere else. Yeah, it's like 6 or 8 hours east of Moscow where he was going to. Mark, thanks for watching. I like your Pitorchka video. You live in a Prelivka. Cool. Yes. I'm going to have another Pitorchka video coming out in a few days, which might be very interesting to you, I think. Billy Harrington. Find your channel last week and wonder you have very clear and true understanding of Russia. I probably don't know a lot of history because there's so much history to know. I would be horrible at that. Like tour guiding, I wouldn't be very good at. So yes. 50-50 on getting a camera versus getting a phone. There's a big difference in price, by the way. But I guess thanks to everybody who's donating things, it would make it a lot easier to get either one. I guess I'm not going to use the GoPro for swimming or anything like that. I guess I could use it at a water slide park and all that, and attach it to the side of the taxi. Could it be the yellow background? I think so, Vinny. I'm not sure if it's the yellow background that's affecting The chat's delayed 2 minutes. Yes. I'm trying to catch up. You could have Father Christmas sitting on the sofa. that would get some attention. Yeah, Diet Moroz. Russell, I came from Raymond Terrace. You remind me of someone. If you are from Perth, Grim, if you're talking about somebody in Perth, or I guess depending on what school, maybe. Just down the road from where you came from. Yeah, I lived in Baldivis. Well, my parents lived there. So I was there a little bit in Baldivis, but originally we lived in Hamilton Hill, Spearwood. Went to school in Fremantle at John Curtin. Did I hit like? Let me look. I always forget. We've got 124 likes. So thank you for likes. Have you ever intended to do a video of tasting some genuine Russian food products and breaking them down, like Holodietz, Borscht? Thank you, Gary, for sending messages. I'll look at them afterwards because I think I need to concentrate on the message that you've sent me. So thank you. About doing Russian food, I do want to go to a couple of the Russian takeaway places because it kind of fits with comparing like the McDonald's kind of ones. Now that's stopped as well. Come on. My screen's not doing nice things today. Let's just go to that. Okay, sorry, everybody. You come I'm not from Newcastle. I'm always from Perth, 100%. So maybe I've got a doppelganger somewhere. If anyone doesn't know, doppelganger is like your twin that's somewhere in the world, not necessarily where you are. Sorry, I'm just seeing if that tracking thing started again when I did the wave there. Be interesting. So this camera that I've got, the tracking camera when I leave, if it's moving around. It'd be interesting. I was thinking of setting up like a live stream out my window on a third channel, like just a channel that's got nobody subscribing to it, and leave it as a continuous live stream. I was thinking about that. I'd ask Jen about it first, about putting up lights and things like that and everything in the background. Yes. YouTube blocks video quality. That's interesting. Yeah, 10 hours difference. 10 hours ahead. Yeah, right. So I guess it's 5 is to Perth in Australia, Gary. 7 to Melbourne. Is it 9 or 10? I guess you'd probably be somewhere near New Zealand time, right? You said about filming in a Belka car. I'm not sure that it's allowed because in Yandex Drive, it's certainly prohibited. Yeah, I guess I just want to show people. What I want to show is the. I've just pressed the wrong button again. Is how easy it is to rent a car. So basically, by having the phone in my hand, pressing the rental, finding where it is where I live and walk to it, and then go for a drive and then park it up sort of thing afterwards. That's kind of what I want to do. But then the app is on my phone, which is what I'm filming with. So I should dress up like Father Christmas. I don't have the beard thing, and all the kids won't understand me in English. I'll be the English Father Christmas here, or Diet Moroz. It'd be interesting, all the kids, when they come to sit on my lap and don't know what to ask. Have you tried New York pizza from the mall? New York pizza from the mall. At the mall where I live, I don't think it's even opened. In the tiny food court upstairs. So where you might have saw the DNS or the Russian regional electronics store video with DNS, there on the level above it, which is my local shopping center, there is a little pizza place, but it's never properly opened. I just think there's not enough people in my little shopping center for them to warrant using it as a food court up there. So, hello, Russell. Kumaji Committee. Hello. You're a very nice person that makes interesting videos. Thank you, Senpai. Yeah, I've not put a video out for a few days because I was a bit busy yesterday. And then the next day or so, I'm going to sort of work on... I filmed in GUM, the department store, and I might be able to get that video finished before tonight because it's almost done. I was actually editing that on the flight because I didn't realize I had no TV show to watch or movie on my phone to watch. So I had the headphones, so I did that. So, yeah, thank you for that. That's very nice of you. What are your three all-time favorite Aussie foods or dishes? I guess I'm going to say, to be honest, and I don't ever think my family's watching live streams, but going around to my sister's place, her husband does a good barbecue, which in Russia they'd say shashlik. He's got this kind of gas barbecue set up as a kind of an outdoor kitchen with a sink and all that. He's got beer on tap. He's got the TV outside to watch the sport. And going around to their place and having a barbecue. Sarah, my sister, would bring out the salads. And we got a big bench at their place. They got a big patio, like a big roof covering outside there in their patio. And everybody can just watch the sport, barbecue. They've got a pool. So that's definitely something that I like as a thing to do. I think every Aussie has a barbecue and has a barbecue in their backyard. Or almost everyone does. Yeah, favorite foods and dishes. I like chicken and chips, quarter barbecue chicken and chips from Red Rooster. If Australians are watching, they'll understand. It's kind of a takeaway chicken place. It is fast food, but it's not really fast food. I guess the chips might be, but... and then my mum's roast dinner, which none of them are... Well, the barbecue is Australian. Technically, we don't have Australian food, technically. There isn't a specific thing that you could say is Australian. Maybe Lamingtons, which is a sponge cake with chocolate coating and then some coconut shavings. So yeah, it's hard to kind of put an Australian dish as a dish. I've seen a couple of your videos. Thank you for showing the real situation in your country. I hope you'll reveal the truth. Yeah, I guess I'm showing, mostly shopping centers, some walking around in the center of Moscow. The video I've got that I went to film yesterday in St. Petersburg might be interesting if you kind of like the food kind of genre of some of the channel videos. If you kind of pick out one of the poll options from the community post about what superpower you wish you had, that's a reference to the video that I'm making. So if you kind of follow that. I use my phone to edit the videos. I really, really, really should figure out using it on my computer. I've got enough screen set up here and every piece of equipment that I can use to do that. But I use an app on my phone, which has worked perfectly well. But as the videos maybe get a little bit more trickier or more editing, might be kind of to use that. I'd love someone to do it for me. That would make the most sense. Morning from Tasmania. It's 4 a.m. in Tasmania. I guess it's still cold. I hope it's still colder here than Tasmania. It's minus 4.3 outside. Oh, I can do that now. And I still got to do that. And it's probably feels like about minus. See what my phone says. I'm sure everybody around. I like what the real feeling temperature is because that's more accurate. So my phone is saying -6. Oh, let's see if that is better now. Oh, it's kind of better. -6 feels like -12. Oh, that's kind of focusing. Yeah, it feels. Sorry, -13 is the real feel outside. And it's not snowing.
So -6 feels like -13. When we come back to Australia for a holiday, we have talked about it for next year. We're not sure when yet. Oh, chips and gravy. Yes, Grim Reaper. I had chips and gravy for a long time. Now you're giving me hints of food that I like. Fairy bread's Australian. Yes. Bread with hundreds and thousands on top. Thank you. Hello. Pavlova is Australian. Yeah, we've had this argument before. It's named after the renowned Russian ballerina. Yes. Australia, New Zealand. We love Vegemite. Let me just do pop-out chat. Sorry, I'm just going to drag something to the other screen over here so that I can see better. And then I just do this one so I can see. So yeah, the poll there, people said I should get a GoPro style camera, 57% of people, and a smartphone like a... So I'd still have this phone as my phone, and the smartphone like the S22 or whatever model it would be specifically to use for filming. And the fact that it's got a wide screen, the audio is better if I don't use my microphones. It would just give a little bit more versatility to me being able to film with a simpler setup. The problem with the GoPro is then I'd have to pull the footage off and then definitely use a program to edit it. Whereas I can use the app on the phone to edit everything from filming straight away. The New Zealand fizzy lemon LMP. I had it in. I don't think I've had it actually. I know they sold it in Woolworths in Australia. I guess it's got LMP on the bottle, right? Or the can. I'm almost certain I've not had it. Wouldn't kangaroo be considered Australian cuisine? I guess technically, you would struggle to find it in a restaurant to eat it. Honestly, you would not find it unless you went to, I don't know, an Australian type of restaurant. There isn't really such a thing. Russell, you need Zangief to help edit your videos. Yes, Scott, he is. It's amazing when I was walking with him filming, and he obviously wanted me to walk with him as he was talking, and then some he filmed himself, and just how many edits that he had in that video that he and I did. Well, I was in his film together, you know. Yeah, he works a lot as well, and he's got kids, so I don't think I'd be able to tear him away for a few hours. I don't know when he finds time to do that, by the way. So can more people vote for the phone, by the way? Because I really want to get the phone versus the GoPro. Yeah, I'm doing the live stream a bit earlier. That's why you're probably not catching them. Normally, I would do them a little bit later, if that makes sense. Good evening from Samara City. Hello. How's it going? Again, if you're joining late, I am trying to see if my new camera is better or not. I'm kind of hoping it is. Again, until I watch it on a live playback myself, I can't tell. So I did try my best to get all the settings correct. We're so far having a cooler day, a cooler weather. We had snow in different parts of the state last week. Wow, snowing in New Zealand, in Tasmania. Sorry. Yeah, in Perth we have like maybe 1 or 2 days. There's one mountain peak where it might get snow maybe once every 5 years. So yeah, I kind of forget. I mean, Perth is not considered hilly like over on the east coast of Australia, Tasmania. We just don't think about that, right? Russell is so huge and diverse that in the southern regions of Russia, the temperature is plus 14 at the moment. Sochi, for example, warmer than in Paris and Rome. Yeah, I sometimes look at the other cities and the temperatures, and yeah, it's very true how wide and how vast the country is. You really do show the best of us Aussies, other than... You really do show the best of us Aussies, not the rough and tough side. Hats off. Thank you. I think that you're talking to me, I think. Hello from Ufa. Hello. Sir Boys. Slava Ruzia. I think that's it. Have you done scuba diving? No, I haven't. I've done snorkeling. In all honesty, I don't like putting even the snorkel in my mouth. I have a very good friend when we were in Indonesia. We went to the island of Gili Air, and him and his, girlfriend at the time, they're now married. They were running a dive shop there, and we actually stayed in the same little. They call it a resort, but it had like 8 rooms. It was like a dive resort, and he was more than willing to show me and teach me and go in the pool. Just him and I, we're very good friends, and not have to do it in a group where I'd sort of feel like I'm disrupting other people. And I just panicked too much putting the regulator in my mouth that I was going to drown or drink all the water. So it just wasn't something that I just like. From 360 to 1080, there is really no difference. It's not your camera. That's interesting. So I wonder if it's something to do with the StreamYard app that I'm using. Wintech, how's it going? Can you tell the model of the microphone that you're using for streaming? Yes, this is a Rode. Is it NT? This is what I need to update in the description of the video, by the way. I'm going to update the list of items that I use so that people know. NTS USB Mini. NTS USB Mini. The reason I've got it is that I can plug it into USB, and it's not the traditional mics that people use where you've got the circular looking socket, and I can plug it straight into USB on the computer. Now I realize I don't have enough USB slots. So this is the Rode boom arm here. I'm not advertising, by the way, but these are Australian products, Australian made, Australian designed. But yeah, and it wasn't, this was something actually all purchased. Actually, Gary will tell you this, who has been a long time watcher of the videos. He did some super chats and basically essentially contributed for this, along with other people who maybe are watching now and don't chat too much and just watch. So yeah, this was basically, and there's an arm that's connected over here. Colin, it's working perfectly at this end. Yeah, again, it's down to that cog. Like you said, somebody just mentioned that about 360 to 1080. Yeah, the goal is for this camera to not feel like I'm doing it from a webcam. How are you? Where are you from? From what part? I'm from Perth, Australia originally. I've been in Moscow now for close to 9 years. I'm living in a Prelivka, which is the southwest of Moscow region, close to Vnukovo Airport. I did go to the airport yesterday. I don't even think it was 15 minutes from the taxi picking me up to walking in the terminal. It was probably less than 15 minutes. Probably should put a stopwatch on. Many thanks for your videos. I really enjoy it. Could you please name top five shopping centers? You've visited a lot of them, and it's interesting to listen to your opinion. That's kind of interesting. That could be a video in itself. Probably in terms of the amount of shops, of course, Avia Park is the largest in Europe. It's got the big glass aquarium there in the middle, a big circular aquarium. Just the fact that it's got the 2-level Ashan in there. It's got the Obi hardware. It's got an entire hardware store in there as well. So imagine anyone not in Russia, like a Bunnings for Australia or a B&Q for England. I'm not sure what you've got in New Zealand. Imagine that in a shopping center. So you're doing your normal walk around of a shopping center, and then they've got an entire hardware store. It did used to have an IKEA, but it's obviously gone. Yeah, in terms of kind of, I'm not going to do the whole 5. I'll do the next one, and I'll say that's the Crocus City Mall in, I don't know which is the area where it's at, but it's got it's called Vegas, and it's got an area of the shopping center that you feel like you're in Times Square, where it's got that red stacked steps, then all of the neon lights, and you'd think you're in Times Square. Holy smoke. Yeah, that's another shopping center that's pretty amazing. The thing is, if you don't, I mean, both of these places I pointed out from where I live by public transport, it's about an hour and a half to get there. So it's not convenient to go to either of those two if I just want to go there to grab something. My local shopping center is 25 minutes up the road by the bus. And that's got everything I really need there. I guess not a hardware store, but there is one nearby, Leroy Merlin. So, I mean, you can say they're the top 5 in terms of all of Moscow, but it's not convenient for most people to go to one on the opposite side of the city where there's one very close to where they live. So, I hope that's kind of an interesting answer or not. Now, have you played rugby? No, I've never played rugby in my life, Jay. What number shirt do you wear? Yeah, I know it's quite specific for rugby. I was really playing tennis. That was my only sport I ever played. And I wasn't very good at that either. But it was more the fact that it was the community of it and the camaraderie. And I played a lot more social tennis just on Saturdays and Sundays. Thank you for answering. Thank you, Mike. Yes. Is that still working? Yes. And that's still I'm just making sure everything's still working. The camera looks good on this screen, which is the StreamYard playback. I'm just wondering if it's the StreamYard that's affecting. You're a very open-hearted person. Thank you. Hope all is well, my friend. Snowway, yes. Oh, I haven't seen you. I feel like I haven't seen you on the live streams for quite a while. But maybe not the S22. Reasons for this only Eximos 2200. It's not. It's have a problem with night filming, and photos are also bad with the ISO. Vladim, thank you. Yeah, the Xiaomi P50 Pro was the one that the guy in DNS was sort of going nuts about because of the quality of the camera. This Leica camera on this P50. But the overall, the S22 Ultra kind of wins out in all of the if you average all of the features across the whole thing. You see what happened when I put my fingers up there? It's letting me show you the rest of the kitchen, and I didn't want to do that. That's so easy that you can do that. Wow. And now, let me just jump that back. It's so easy for me to do that. So yeah, thanks. I'll have to look into that. What you're talking about, the night capabilities of it. I guess for Christmas coming up now and New Year and filming the Christmas markets, it might be critical. It'd be nice if I come to Bashkortostan or Bashkiria. Yes, my wife is from Ufa. So my wife wants to go to Bali more than she wants to go to Ufa right now. Every second day, she's changing her mind, so that's okay, right? I'm sorry I can't read Russian if you're typing something. I never catch your live streams much, but never feels grainy or soundtrack unless it's people who love streaming. Thank you, Grim. I like your videos, man. From Russia with love. Yes, thank you. Vladislav, thank you very much. He says Australians don't watch soccer or football, but I'm more into cricket, rugby. Yeah, this is very true. Yeah, I would imagine a lot of Australians are watching the World Cup right now because Australia's in it. But for the 3 years and 11 months before and after, it's not hugely followed. There is a domestic league in Australia. What's it called? I'm not sure. There's a domestic league with Perth has a team, the Perth Glory. Most of our players, even in the current squad, play in Europe. There is a few more. They're trying to pick more Australian-based players to diversify the team. Yeah, we tend to be watching a lot more Aussie rules football, particularly for winter. We have winter sports like rugby league, rugby union on the East Coast. AFL is Aussie rules football. Then cricket will be more of a summer sport, which was just sort of coming into now. And then they have the test series over Christmas and New Year as well. So yeah, I would imagine there's people watching more now in this couple of weeks than they do for the whole year, literally. I have a friend. June Jane. And then it's twice. That's the exact same comment. Sorry, everybody. I'm a bit confused there. How it's two people have typed the same comment. Met your channel today. Where are you going to go after Russia? There's a lot to see and do here. The traveling with Russell part's obviously a very awkwardly chosen channel name. So my original Google account, when it opens YouTube, the default channel that was set up has just your first and last name if you want to set up like that, and then you can choose to change the channel name. But if anyone wants to look up Russell in Russia, that's what I've just changed my original Google account name to. So I feel like the traveling with Russell, I'm kind of obliged to travel. And the main point was that it was going to be non-cruise ship videos because I was working on cruise ships for a long time. Some issues when live streaming. Yeah, I feel like I want to do the live stream again after this on another application to see if the quality is different. When do you plan to come to Kazan and try some local food? I don't know. I kind of need the opportunity, like yesterday, where I was kind of invited to make a video, and it kind of happened because they kind of arranged it, if that makes sense. I'm not the best at arranging things and doing things, and they kind of just did everything, if you like, and I kind of just came along. Well, I was kind of one of the stars attractions a little bit, but yeah, there is a lot of different forms of football in Australia. That's the big thing. So Aussie rules, Australian rules football is football, soccer's football, rugby league is football, rugby union is also football. So have I ever seen Return to Eden? If you did you like it? It's an Australian TV drama based on a novel by the British author Rosalind Miles. I don't remember this show. Return to Eden. I know there's an Eden in Australia. There's a place on the east coast of Australia, but I don't know the movie or if it's a TV show. When I watch your videos, I understand 95% of what you say, and I think I know English very well. But when I watch American movies, I hardly understand 25%. And then I think I don't know English. How come? Yeah, I guess they kind of use a lot of different accents and a lot of slang, and that can kind of confuse the understanding a little bit, and the regional accents of where they're from in America as well. Like British have that, where there's definitely different accents from different parts of the UK. I think that's probably contributes a lot to it. It's also an international success, particularly in Russia and France, where it's been shown 13 times. Wow. And it's true. I really enjoyed watching the series growing up. I don't know of it. I'll have to look this up now. What are our plans for Christmas? We haven't made any yet, or the new year particularly. Very typically, we go to our same friend's place here where we live, and we kind of have... actually, last year for Christmas, we went to their friend's place. We kind of had quite a lot of friends together, and we watched the midnight Mr. Putin speech, and they had the fireworks, and then we ate a lot of food. As a British American, Russell is definitely speaking at a good and slower pace for the audience. Thank you. Another Aussie from Sochi. Oi, oi, oi. Oh, Paul, how's it going? It's very nice of you. I don't know if, yeah, I might want to, I'm going to plug my Telegram channel. If anyone has the app called Telegram, I've got a channel called Traveling with Russell channel. I post a little bit more day-to-day stuff, things that I see, funny things, what I'm doing. So if anyone has Telegram, Telegram is very similar to WhatsApp or to Facebook Messenger. If anyone wants to download it, I mean, there's no pressure to not use it and join it and things like that. But if you want to use, that's pretty much what I use as a day-to-day thing too. And I also message back and forward and comment when people comment on posts that I do. So, you forgot Aussie a long time ago. Yes. Yeah, I've got an Australian friend in St. Petersburg. He's got a YouTube channel called Aussie Spy. That's his channel name. And I've got a few people that I haven't met, but they're in Yekaterinburg. That I chat to in a little group on Telegram. Aussies in Russia group. I don't know what the name of the group's now called, but 100% Aussies. Soccer, football, cricket, all unless again, and I'm not interested. Yeah, I mean, not everybody's a sport fan. I found that out a lot in Russia, that not everybody supports all the teams and their country and things like that. I guess my wife is Orthodox. Come visit Kazan sometime, ready to help around if you need some. Very nice city. Thank you for the invite. Yeah, I guess when I do eventually do whatever city I go to, I'll probably do some sort of call out or somehow or post asking if anyone wants to meet me or see me and things like that. So will I leave on the cruise? Yeah, for now, while this is kind of working out, it's kind of swaying me more to stay here more than going back to the ships. We did have a few things kind of financially we had to work through. And while the channel wasn't particularly successful, my plan was to make it successful somehow. I do feel like I'm looking down, by the way, but I'm looking down at the chat versus looking up at the camera. I am looking to move the exact position of the camera for a future stream. So I'm just wondering if that might affect my looking up versus down. Sorry, I'm just looking at myself. Kazan is amazing. Oh, the different colors are very nice. Thank you. Did everybody see is it position 2, which is the kitchen? And we'll go back to position 3, which is me. Sorry, now I don't have the... Oh my gosh, that was silly. I don't have the controls to move the camera on this StreamYard. Have you been a couple of days ago at some type of bread factory? I've seen some photos in your Telegram channel, or were they just photos? I didn't post anything of this place yesterday where I went because I was told to wait till the video is ready. So I guess I can say that I was at a bread factory yesterday. And that's about as much as I saw of St. Petersburg, was a bread factory. Or the second filming location is what I'm calling it. So yeah, if there was stuff or photos, or there was group photo, I know there was a group photo taken because somebody sent one to me today who I didn't really realize. I just thought someone was just taking a snap with their phone. But I guess it got posted around of people visiting a bread factory. So yes, I went to a bread factory. So it'll kind of incorporate in the video that I made. I'm not sure how it'll come together. I hope it'll come together nicely. So thank you. Yes. I'm a student at Moscow State University, and we have a cross-cultural communications course. Our foreign guests often say that it's quite difficult to find English-speaking Russians in Moscow. Wow. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's the whole thing about native English speaking that I hear a lot, where people are doing lessons or they're doing speaking clubs. And I guess I'm one of the few that are native English speaking, if that makes sense, versus a Russian that speaks English. Yesterday, for a little bit of what I was doing, I had a translator. They had to do a speech. One guy had to do a speech, and they had a translator for me. I was hoping just somebody who spoke English would do it, but they specifically brought a guy, and he was absolutely brilliant guy. The way he spoke and listened and spoke back to me and explained things about what I was seeing. They wanted to make sure I knew about how the bread factory worked. So it seems like Kazan residents are waiting for me. Yes. Imagine if I flew yesterday with my friend and ended up there by, by this plane getting diverted. Do I have any communication problem with my neighbors? How do you communicate with them? My neighbor, who's now the couple that were living a couple of levels above us, he's now left Moscow. He's now in Belgrade, Serbia. But he spoke fluent English, perfect English. Yeah, the couple of people that I see often when I go to the local shop downstairs, the Krasnobile, the red and white shop, or the beer shop that has more than just beer. They speak English as well, but very much people don't speak English in the town where I am here. So, what do you think of bread costing? What's that? Sorry. What do you think of a loaf of bread cost 2 liters of milk these days? In Australia, I know it's expensive. I would fairly safely say that anything that I saw yesterday isn't more than, 40 rubles to $1, so 41 rubles. I would say nothing was more than 70, 80, 90 rubles for anything I saw in that factory for sale. And I'm being realistic. I think, a lot of what they were making was fresh bread, which is like a baguette style, was about 30 rubles, 20 rubles. So less than $1. Milk here is about $1.50 for a liter in Australian currency. So happy upcoming Christmas, Russell. Thank you. Yes, the holidays are very, very close now. Nothing wrong with an S22 Ultra camera. Watch some YouTube camera comparisons. Yeah, I've watched a couple from Mr. Who's the Boss. I kind of like him. I like, what's the other guy that's very, very famous doing phone reviews? He's so famous, I don't remember his name. But I kind of trust those kind of reviews, not kind of some of the smaller streamers or YouTubers who may be swayed by the branding to do them, if that makes sense. Kurt, how's it going, Kurt? Hello. Samsung is better than Apple. Yes, definitely I'll get a Samsung because of the Android capabilities and the integration with my laptop and things like that. So very clear accent. Thank you. Have I thought about moving back to Australia due to sanctions and stuff? We've talked about it. We did go over it a lot, I guess 3 or 4 months ago 6 months ago, when everything kind of went a little bit all over the place. For now, though, we're okay with our situation. We do have our plan in place, plan B, plan C, plan D, if we need to leave tonight. I'd worry if I do, because I'd have to pack up these things, and I've just unpacked them. Visit Nizhny Novgorod. Thank you. Everybody wants me to come everywhere. Can't get Russian lollies in Australia anymore. Yeah, there's a Russian kind of European shop in Perth, in Balcatta, that we went to, called Vios, Veeos, Vios Foods. I mean, I'm curious how much less they've got of Russian products now after all of this and the difficulties with transport and shipping and things like that. By the way, oh yeah, Real Moscow Projects. We're still meeting on Saturday, you said, I think. I'm going to double check our chat that we had. We're meeting for lunch, I think, or late lunch. I don't know what we're doing. You've asked me to meet, and you've got a surprise for me, so... yeah, tell people to come and chat. Yeah, so Russell in Russia. Yeah, I've got 3 whole subscribers on there, and I'm not sure how I want to make the first video and how I want to do it different from what I'm doing here. Russell in Russia. I'm curious now. I've got a bit of a feel like I've got a bit of a thing that I can say to everybody. This donation alert's still working. I've got it open, refreshing here. So yeah, thank you for anyone that has done donation alerts. If anyone's done the Sberbank thing to my bank, it's really amazing. Again, this all goes back into buying things for the channel, particularly new things that will help the stream get better and improve the content quality, if that makes sense. I said to my wife today about this camera wasn't cheap. It really genuinely wasn't cheap. Even if I were to buy it in Australia or in England or in America, it's still not cheap in terms of what you can buy. I mean, very typically a streaming webcam is considerably cheaper than this one. But once I've got the settings right, well, I think it's right because some people are saying it's right. It's considerably different quality. What kind of beer do you prefer? I really don't drink a lot of beer. Yesterday for lunch, when we were out, the guy just brought me a lager beer. I didn't even look what label it was. I drank it and it was okay. Do you think if you stay there long enough that you would want to get a car or make it easier? No, Scott, no. I'm completely happy catching the bus and the train and the metro. It's very convenient. There's a lot of buses. I mean, metro comes... Oh, there we go. I've done it again. No, I'm going to keep doing this. Yeah, the metro comes in peak times every 90 seconds. So it's not a shortage of trains that I can catch. It would be nice. I wouldn't even have took a car to the airport yesterday. It would be nice just on a Saturday or Sunday to drive to the shopping center or the hardware store and buy something and put it in the back and drive it home. I can get a car rental, this car sharing apps very conveniently right where I live as well. So Russell doesn't like our driving style here. No, I don't. It just bothers me that people aren't more defensively driving and driving within the speed limits. I think there's a small percentage of people who do the right thing driving here versus the rest of the people that it's like wacky races. I'm sorry to say it like that, and I'm sorry if it offends somebody the way I say it. It's going to happen, right? I mean, not everybody's going to like my interpretation of that. So I'm sorry. Oh, Bearbull, how's it going? Hi. $2.50 for a liter of milk. So that's 80, 110 rubles. Yeah, it's more expensive. Oh, okay. I mean, milk's cheaper here. I mean, come to my city. You should visit Belo Crusher Atomic Station and make a film. I wonder if you can film in these atomic stations. You have a great accent for a guy from Perth. Thank you. Yeah, so if anyone does type in Russian, I can't read Russian. I know there is a few people here who can read and write it and type it back. But yeah, the funny story yesterday, this interpreter guy, I said, oh, what are you doing tomorrow for interpreting? And he's like, oh, I'm doing an interpretation of a Zoom call So he'll listen to the call in English, and then he'll translate it to, I imagine, back to Russian. I don't know. And someone will listen to him in Russian that he's translating from a Zoom call. I'm like, oh, that's kind of interesting. He goes, yesterday I went to a atomic. You're talking about this atomic energy thing, and I'm pretty sure he said the word atomic energy. He went to like a nuclear event, about nuclear energy and power stations, and it was just quite funny, when I got in the bus. And he was telling this story to me about that. And I'm like, wow, all like you could learn all these nuclear secrets. I mean, do you have to sign like a non-disclosure agreement that you won't say what you've heard? And he's like, yeah, because it's natural. It's part of the business that the company that you're working for, you won't share what you've seen or done or looked at or watched or. And I just thought it was very interesting. That his day translating varies so much. Minimum wage in Russia is very hard to kind of understand or explain about because everybody's got a different amount that they earn. So whether you're on a weekly wage or a lot of people are on a daily wage here and they get paid daily, literally daily. A lot of the that's mostly unofficial jobs, if you like. Official jobs would be things that you're kind of, it's like a contract that you sign, like the company you're working for, you get paid every 14 days, you've got medical insurance and things like that. Hello from Siberia. Live shoot video we will continue to watch. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Hello from Pattaya. Oh, nice. Really like Thailand. If I was visiting Russia, or if I wanted to visit, how would I be getting money from the banks and ATMs? Well, if you've got a non-Russian card, you can't. You can't get money out of an ATM, or you can't use non-Russian cards here, essentially. You'd need to bring cash with you, at least in either US dollars or euros, and then change it locally at the change places. Yeah, it's difficult. You'd need to bring a lot of cash, pretty much, or prepay for things before you come, like hotel bookings or tours and stuff outside of the country, where you can prepay for things outside of the country. Mr. Who's the Boss? Yeah, MKDB. Yes, that's the guy I'm thinking of. Are the two biggest? Yes, I like both of them 100%. I feel like they're very fair and unbiased in their reviews. It's still not enough people. 42% want me to get the camera phone. 58 want a GoPro. Wow. I really don't 100% want a GoPro, purely because I won't use the adventure side of it. I feel like that's the whole point of it a lot versus the camera side of it. I just find the phone would be far more utilized for all its other features beyond the camera, of course. But education, I did high school till year 10. I didn't finish the year 12, which would be the certificate of allowing me to go to university. I got a job when I was 15, and I've worked in retail all my life to this day. So thank you, Jose, for the super chat. That's very nice of you. Let me see if I can put that up on screen, because I'm just a tiny bit behind the chat. I was ahead and then I got behind again. Thank you. Yeah, super sticker it is. It's the cool guy, like with the headband on. So thank you if anyone saw that in the live stream. Thank you. Now I've got too far behind. Okay, I'm just going to talk about this monetization thing. Do you get monetization from YouTube? Monetization is stable in Russia, but you're an American. I'm Australian. I'm from Australia. Yes, so basically, if you've got a Russian YouTube account in Russia and you produce content that goes to the whole world, any Russian viewers there is no ads. So from a YouTube point of view, they're not monetizing views from Russian views. It's not necessarily a Russian person could have a YouTube account set up in America, in Australia, in, I don't know, Iceland. And wherever they've got it set up outside of Russia, they it can still be monetized, but if they've got Russian viewers, there's no ads revenue from Russian views that are watching inside Russia. So for instance, my channel, the good majority of the viewers are American, Canadian, English, German, and then Russian. So obviously the requirement to get more ad revenue is to have more non-Russian viewers. So it's the only effect predominantly, like the other guy that I met yesterday. I met quite a few other bloggers, TikTokers, and all sorts of things. But the one guy, he had a food channel, obviously, because we went to see food. And he is kind of almost got punished, if you like, by his monetization, because he's got a Russian channel. He does it in Russian. He does food reviews in Russian. And essentially his channel fell off a cliff and to a point almost died, because that's the content he's creating. That's the viewer that he's got. The percentage of Russian viewers is incredibly high. And there's nothing he can do, literally. I suggested about doing it content in English, but where he's doing a lot of Russian food reviews, anyone outside of Russia wouldn't necessarily watch it because they can't relate to the products, which is absolutely makes sense. So yeah, so things like this donation alerts that I've set up that a lot of Russians wanted me to do. So anybody that's in Russia can't do super chats or super stickers or super thanks. The PayPal's disabled, can't use PayPal. So a lot of the Russian YouTubers have had to find other means around this. Things like Western Union doesn't work, MoneyGram doesn't work. A lot of the sanctions were around banking and the transferring of money and things like that. And even people who maybe made things like craft things and were selling them on Etsy. So where you'd sell them and then ship them, you can't do FedEx, DHL, UPS as well. So that's kind of gone. So then they couldn't do PayPal to pay for the item to send it to the next person. So yeah, so things like, I'm going to say, I don't really like repeating it, but it's set up for the channel. And that's because people asked me to do it. Did the camera just go down then, or did I? Because I've got this thing switched on, it's moving me around when I move around. That's a bit crazy. So yeah. So it does drastically affect Russian YouTubers. And it does affect me, because where I've got Russian viewers, the ad revenue doesn't come back to me from Russian views. So where I do something that's focusing around Russia and Russians get the recommendation to watch it, it's not helpful. But I have to kind of live with that situation. Yeah, so the ultimate way around it is a Russian to watch my YouTube videos with a VPN on, which would mask their region. Like I have to do for a lot of programs. I have to use a VPN to access some programs. So I hope that... Hello, Eva. Hello. Yeah, so the payment from YouTube, that the ad revenue that's paid to the channel every month, and then the super sticker, super chats, thank you again, they come in the payment into my Australian bank account. Then the next problem is I can't use my card to spend that money. So we've had to come up with another way to get that around that. Hello from Israel. Oh, hello. Did I switch that on again? No. That's my normal wave, which is the exact gesture that activates the tracking camera, the AI camera. So I was only saying that you maybe can buy a car from inside Russia. I think he is selling his. Oh, he's selling his cars. I haven't watched his videos in a little while. I do chat to him on Telegram. I don't know which car we were in when he picked me up a couple of times. Yeah, I guess maybe he's making long-term plans to leave Russia. I don't know. Nice kitchen. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, it's very colorful. You're absolutely right about our driving style. Myself driving only at 6 a.m. in Moscow because not so many crazy drivers and taxis. Taxis. I guess you're saying taxis. Even the taxi driver home last night, he was driving a little faster than he should, and the highway was relatively clear. And then he was scrolling on his phone on one chat application. But I just sort of kind of looked away, and we got home. So I've been here for pretty much 9 years all up. So where in Aussie am I from? I'm originally from Perth, in the suburbs of Perth in WA. Your accent is one of the best I've ever heard. Thank you. Glad to be on your stream. Thank you very much, Kazasas. What happens if my mom wants to give me a birthday present to your account? So if, for instance, PayPal gets used, okay, like for my mum, she would just put money in my Australian bank, my Commonwealth Bank account. We had this bit of an argument about this a few weeks ago because my birthday was on November 3 and her birthday was October 10. So I sent her some money to go and buy herself a gift. And then she wanted to send me money back for my birthday. And I said, that's just canceling it out. You know, I didn't really want that to be, and it always is an argument every year about this. So the PayPal where money would come to that, which I've got set up in the description, it would go to my Australian bank account when I move it from PayPal to my Aussie account. And then to get it to Russia, we send it through another person, which we do bank to bank in Australia, and then she does bank to bank in Russia. So fairly reasonably within 3 or 4 days, I can get the money with whatever the current exchange rate is. So she won't send anything straight to Russia to me. It's just easy to put it in my bank account in Australia. We've just got our account set up because we know each other's account, so it's easy like that. Like here in Russia, the Sberbank, the green app on my phone. Which one is it? The one. All of my Russian ones end up at the end of my screen here. So that bottom one there, the green one with the tick, is the bank one. Krasnobila is the alcohol star. You can see Kuznetsy Tochka there. So yeah, that last one, I was looking up the price of phones. Somebody suggested to use this program. It's at one of the online shopping places. So, have I been to the Mosquarium? Is the largest aquarium in Europe. Yesterday, when I was on this little group tour, one of the guys' wives works there, and suggested that he can get us some tickets. So I'll have to follow him up on that. Almost everybody yesterday didn't speak English. 2 people spoke. Okay, so the interpreter guy and the other lady and there was 3 people yesterday that spoke English out of 30 or 40 people that were there. So yeah, my wife's been to the Mosquarium. I think they like to call it. It's at Vdenha. I've never been to it, so thank you. My pleasure. Watching me from Russ. Oh, hello. Watching you from YouTube Premium using VPN. Yes. Yeah, the ad revenue from YouTube pays a different so there's the ad revenue, then there's the YouTube Premium revenue, and then there's what would be the super chats and super stickers. That's kind of comes under. They each come under a different category. So, Apple imposes sanctions on Russia, so we can't use Apple Pay anymore. What's that one? Sorry, I'll just read the rest of this. But at the same time, it released iOS 16 for Russia as well in September. Yes, I noticed that. Yeah, I think they were working around trying to get this Apple Pay connected somehow. It was a big deal right when it got cut off because everyone was using payment on their phone for the buses, for the metro, and everyone was kind of doing tap and go payment with that connected. And then, boom, it was switched off. Can you do a bit about Kolomynskaya Park? Yeah, I wonder if how it is walking there now in the wintertime. I know this park. Native advertising on their channel, so they're able to still earn money on the stream. So YouTubers now are selling so-called native advertising on their channels so that they are able to still earn money. Yeah, I guess like ads or product placements. The food YouTuber I met yesterday, I did ask him about, has he got all the companies like contacting or approaching him, offering him food to do recommendations for, and he said virtually none of them. Like one or two out of, he said almost every food that he buys, that he puts on the videos, he pays for it himself at the shop and puts it on the channel, and he wants to do that. I mean, if they approach him and it fits the channel, then he'll do it, but he gets virtually none sponsorships. He's had a couple, he said. I guess you talk about the native sponsorships like that, where it's kind of offsets the no ad revenue. Can you use carrier pigeon? I'm not sure about carrier pigeon. Actually, if anyone watched the video with Zangief and I, we went to a pet shop briefly, and we showed Australian parrots and birds in the pet shop, Australian native birds that they sell there, like parrots, budgerigars. And we kind of joked about how did they get them to Russia? And we're like, oh, they flew them to Kazakhstan, like the Coca-Cola is coming from Kazakhstan. And then they have to fly, and they have to like secretly cross the border from Kazakhstan. And if you watch the video, it makes complete sense of that about the pigeons. Yeah, a lot of Russians use YouTube with a VPN or premium. Yes. Have you got an array around your card? Around your card, I no way involved. No crypto, 0.00 crypto. Yeah, there's a lot of even some of the people that in my YouTuber group do that, and no, it's just too many steps to get around that. Thank you, Aniki Russ. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Russell, Bank of China in Australia issues Union Pay cards, pretty much like Visa and MasterCard. You can transfer money between bank accounts in Australia and pay withdraw money with Union Pay in Russia. Well, that's kind of interesting. Thank you for the donation alert, by the way. What time are we at here? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the Union Pay I know about is something that can be set up here. I really need to go and figure out which bank allows you to get a card for Union Pay. And then Bank of China in Australia. The problem with setting up bank accounts in Australia when I'm not in the country is you need to be in the country to set them up. A lot of them don't let you do virtual accounts or kind of online accounts without you being there. Thank you for that. And any key. Bank of China in Australia. I like your videos about your country and the way you represent it, especially in light of recent events. Thank you. Is it Atom? I wonder. Can you can see a piece of our country and that we are the same people as everyone else? Hello from Rybinsk. Rybinsk. You got that worked out. Just was wondering if you're stuck. Got ways around it. Yes. Yeah. So basically, the simple thing I'm doing is transferring from my Australian bank account to another person's bank account in Perth. And she is Russian, and she has a Russian account that she sends from her account to my wife's account. My wife ends up with all the money ultimately, and that's how we do it. It's quite simple. It's set up. It's very much zero effort. Now that we've got it set up, and we don't even have to message each other. She receives it in her bank. She puts it in our bank, and it's quite straightforward. Yandex Maps. Yes. I learned to use it more now than I did use it before after going to a shop that was not even there. Yes, Empro. Yeah, we're not getting ads on regular YouTube here, correct? Do they have Black Friday over there? Yes, they do. And somebody questioned about it, how why are they calling it Black Friday in Russia when it should be, in a Russian wording? But it's just that, I guess, multicultural thing that's just become known that it's a Black Friday event even in Russia. Should do a video on Aussie barbecue in Australia. Yeah, most barbecues here don't have the hot plate style barbecues. It's kind of an open, use a lot of coals and meat on a stick, like a shish kebab or a doner kebab, I guess. I don't know, a doner. So they started Black Friday on November 11th. Yes. No, it's another Black Friday week. Right. Faith, hello. Carrier pigeons have their own GPSs. That's right. Yeah, I did. Correct. And actually, I was there with Real Moscow Projects. I have a video about the barbecue festival in Moscow. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Real Moscow Projects, who's a channel moderator also. She and her partner, we did that there together, and it was very cool. I like hanging out with her, by the way. If anyone ever comes to Moscow and wants to hang out with, if you think that I'm positive as a person, she is next level positive. So yes. The wife always ends up with the money, no matter where you are in the world. Yes. It's very, I think that's kind of true to a point, right? Hi from Tula. Hello. Checking in from Boston. Hello. Did you ever go to that new store in Belarus? I haven't. Oh, no, I haven't. I was in the shopping center today, but that's where I went shopping anyway. That's where I got my KFC from, which is still sitting here. My wife has chicken and rice on the oven. Oh, let's go see. Well, oh, can you not see? Oh, you can. Oh, well, that's weird. You can see these couple of pans over here. That's the chicken and rice. Actually, I brought the KFC home for my wife to have a snack before dinner. And let me just do that again. And then go to that one. Press number 3. Oh, I've got it almost down pat now, haven't I? Yes, so no, I'm going to go there, Amy. I've got a couple of days I've got to sort things out from yesterday, and then I will get there and film. I go there to that shopping center a lot because it's my local one down the street. I just need to make a point. I actually, in the Rinnock today where I got the meat from, I went to the little security office, and they know me there because they know me. And I asked about filming. They're like, no problems. You can film, no problems. Which, if I went to one in another town in Moscow, they wouldn't let me film. Thank you. Yes, Ane. Annette, Ane. I kind of read your name how I think is your name. And I've noticed on your channel thing here, it's got the 2 different spellings there. I think, have you changed that recently? No, we have Russian Club for students from Africa. Oh, it's not hard. I mean, Russian is not complicated. We have Russian Club for students. Okay, let's see when it's switched off now. It doesn't track me. Yes. So 58% say I should get a GoPro and 42 the camera. I don't really want to get a GoPro. I kind of want one for the fact it's got the cool things and the little things that you can attach to things. I don't really want it for the fact that I still have to set up my microphone and everything else and plug everything in though. So thanks for all the votes, by the way. Yeah, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to wind up the live stream about now. I am going to do a very short live stream after this using a different program to see if the quality of the camera is different. I know that sounds weird. So if anyone does click off the live stream and doesn't want to watch me again, that's completely fine. Watch another video. Yeah, Scott, right. The camera can go in the water, correct. iPhones and Samsungs are now waterproof to a certain point, but not really. But yeah, right. I could use that ultimately for other things later. And especially at the aqua park. If I go, there's a couple of other aqua parks here that you can go to. I feel I don't want to scratch my head now because I'm worried I'm going to switch the camera features. FSB. Do I see them? The Children's Shopping Center is right across the road from that place. The very famous building, literally. Can you do much? You can do much more with a phone, Russ. Correct. Very, very true. I can do. Oh, sorry. I can do much more with a phone. Yeah, I really want to just try this live stream with the camera, with a different playback quality to see if it's the better quality Ks. So, Ruiz from Mexico. Oh, hola, ¿cómo está? I've been to Cozumel more times than I think. Oh, we have this joke. I've been to Cozumel more times than you've had hot dinners. Calica, Cancun, Progreso. Probably not all the highlighted place. Costa Maya. On the west coast, I've been to Acapulco, Zihuatanejo, Cabo San Lucas, Puerto Vallarta. So anywhere where the cruise ships can go in Mexico, I've been very safely. But Cozumel about 500,000 times. Okay, let's move to a new stream. Thank you. Thank you, Kurt, by the way. Yeah, so I'm curious about the Russell in Russia thing. I've no doubt nobody's even discovered it to click it. No doubt nobody has. It's still on 3 subscribers without a video on there, by the way. So that's fun. Oh, and Kiwi Ketovore. Yeah, that's my friend's channel. If anyone's interested in keto dieting, I set up my friend's channel, and where is this screen share? Where is it? Right here. Is that going to screen share? This is his channel. He's got 12 subscribers. And he's got the first video that he's got has got 59 views, which if you know anything about YouTube, I'm not subscribed to the channel. My wife is because she's interested in the dieting side of it and his life because he was obviously in Moscow for quite a while. So he, if you look up Kiwi Ketovore, Or can I do that to Russell in Russia? I'm going to put them in the comments here. I think I can do that. So that's my channel, I think. Yes, that's Russell in Russia. There is playlists set up for it. And then this is Ben's channel here. If I can click it over, come on, what's going on? This is the donation alerts that I was using before, by the way. You can see it right there. I think his channel, your channel, there it is. That's his lovely wife. That's me again. I want to stop showing me. Why is it not opening his channel? All right, I'm going to link the video instead. That's easier. I think it's very brave of somebody who's doing a diet or starting a diet to make a channel. Do you think it's very brave to do that? I think so. All right, everybody. So yeah, that's the link to his video on his channel. So I guess if anyone is interested in listening to in English about keto dieting or keto carnivore, ketovore, it's a diet where you eat meat. I know that. That's all I do know. Well, the Sberbank, what's that? Sorry, let's. It's very useful and technological app. It even has AI voice assistants like Siri, and you can transfer money in the blink of an eye. Yes, it's all in Russian, my app, and I wish there was an English version so I could use more features. I just pretty much use it for paying the taxi, paying the bus, when I catch the bus to Salaris and back. So he gives me a phone number and I can transfer money to his account to pay for the bus. So I figured out that part of it, but any other feature I don't really know. I know there's a lot built into it. Oh, you've just subscribed to that. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm going to put videos on there. I guess the Russell in Russia side. I guess that one could be ideal for the About Russell video because everyone wants to see an About Russell video. Yeah, if you, Grim Reaper, if you put at Russell in Russia, type that literally. If you put at Russell in Russia into YouTube search, it should come up. It should. No. Keto is not a diet. It's a way of eating. Oh. Ben should tell you as well as Olga. Yeah, right. This is where I probably didn't understand it. And I listened to him talking in the video because I helped him put the video on the channel. I really need to clean up my YouTube channel. Russell in Russia, yes. I wish I could have did that for this channel now when I think about it, but then it would limit me not being able to travel anywhere if I did that. All right, everybody. I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for watching the live stream. I'm going to end the live stream pretty much within the next minute. Thanks for all the people who did likes. Now I can't see how many likes because I've got the wrong screen up. Of course. Just drag that away. And then I'll hide and go back to me. And then I'll see how many likes we have. Maybe someone can write it in the comments before I close. 239. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for that. 240. Well, it's going up. 241. The numbers are going crazy. Your videos are very positive. Thank you for that. That's very much appreciated. yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the live stream and then I'm going to set up another one. And if somebody joins just for the heck of it, just to see the quality, I really want to get the quality and the sound dialed in. Dialed in and get it better. Tola has the best souvenirs and Priyanki. I'm not sure what Priyanki is. Is that a type of food? 242. Let me press this. And oh, now it's not showing it. There it is. Yeah, 242. Thank you. Yeah, thanks everybody. Again, the Traveling with Russell Telegram channel, or Traveling with Russell channel, I think it's called. It is called that. You're more than welcome to interact there. If anyone wants to type comments under this live stream after it's finished, when the video is closed, you can put comments on the video and likes on the video if you like. I will reply for a while, or at least an hour or two. I haven't really sat down in the last 2 days to use my computer here. So, oh, sweet gingerbread. That's what it is. I saw in GUM the other day, they had gingerbread in one of the little holiday markets in the middle aisle as you walk through. Do you have any opportunity to chat to Russians? What are their views? It doesn't come up. I can honestly tell you all day yesterday, every person that I talked to, of course, we were there for quite specific things, but everyone was more curious about me and my life and living in Russia and being Australian, being the only English-speaking person on this entire event yesterday. And it didn't come up, literally. The only part that was mentioned is someone said that they saw a photo of a group of people, took a group photo there, right? Is the colors of the building were the colors of the next nearest country to Russia that all these events are happening around. And someone said that's their colors for 100 years and they're not changing them. So it's stuck, if that makes sense. Yes, thank you, Jay. Right, yes, the channel is not political. Yes, thanks everybody. All right, I'm out of here. Thanks again for all the likes. Again, I'll set up a live stream if anyone just catches it now shortly. That will be kind of amazing, at least just to look at it, watch it, see how it looks. It's now working for me. Finds lots. Yeah, in that Russell in Russia channel, Lavok, I've set up a couple of playlists of my travels on my other channel, just to get the channel looking nice on the front page of it. So I might actually tack on some of the videos in this channel over there as well, where I can just pick them out. I don't want to do the under sanctions style videos in that kind of playlist, but yeah. An Aussie in Anapa. Oh, Aussies everywhere. What's the group I've got on Telegram? Aussies. You guys are going to have to, especially the Aussies have got Telegram for sure if you're in Russia. What's it called? Where's I've not even chatted in it for so long. Australian expats in Russia. If you've got Telegram and you're Australian, it would make sense. Look up Australian expats in Russia. That's the one there. Oh, let's just see. Now I want to look at that channel. 478 people are now in the Traveling with Russell channel. I was actually hoping to get to 500 and put a little thank you post. That's my last post that I did there. So, are all nice places by the sea. Yes. Right. Oh, you can't find the channel, Russell in Russia. Why not? Do you want me to link the video before I go quickly? Oh, well, there's no video. The channel, why is it not coming up? That's weird. If I go to that, if I press that, and then go to, this is my YouTube search here, at Russell in Russia, and press search. And I guess you're going to have to do filter and do channel. Well, it's still not showing up. That's weird. So how did people subscribe? That's very strange. All right, we're going to waste another second or two here of everybody who may leave. You're more than welcome if you have your channel. Customize your channel. That's how it looks. There's 6 people have found it because it's gone from 3 to 6. And somebody clicked it. Surely if that link must work. Surely. Maybe you have just developed this channel. No, I've had it for a long time. Actually, if I go to the About page, I've had it since 2013. June 26, 2013. 7. So somebody must have clicked it. I wonder if it worked then. Russell's pronunciation is the best for learning the language. Thanks. I need to utilize it more that I can speak English to people. So yes, thank you. All right, everybody. Catch you later. I'm out of here. If you happen to catch the other live stream, I probably will unlist that second one after I've done it to test the quality of the camera. So apologize if you come on it and then I delete it, but that's just the point that I want to do. So yes, thanks everybody. Thank you for helping me get this camera in Russia, because this doesn't exist in Russia. This might be the only one in Russia that I could get my hands on in the entire country. So thank you for that. Again, that's contributed through Super Chats, donation alerts, Sberbank, buy me a coffee. I don't know. There's no more, I don't think. If it is, I don't know where the money is, if there's money. So thank you. Bye, everybody. See you soon.